friends, Amanda here with your August 2018 RuneScope. And August is a special month here at RuneScopes because it marks my 5th year anniversary here on YouTube. So yay, 5 years doing this for you guys. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel and sharing my videos. For those of you that get private readings, and particularly my regulars out there, you know who you are. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, for supporting me, and recommending your friends, your family to get readings with me or to come check out my channel. I really do appreciate all of you guys. So I just wanted to take a moment to say that. Otherwise I wouldn't still be here 5 years later. So yeah, when I started here on YouTube, there was maybe a handful of people reading tarot. Nobody was reading runes. And, you know, and there were a few astrologers, but now it's just like, man, it's exploded. So, you know, but before that, I did it the old-fashioned way. I read at psychic fairs and worked at a metaphysical bookshop doing readings there for a while. So I've been doing this for 20 years. But if you're new here and you like my content and you find that I am connecting with you in the general reads, definitely click the subscribe button, because then you will get notified whenever I upload new content each month. But this month, in conjunction with the runes, I'm going to be using the Pagan Tarot. And I used to know who this is by. Oh, Gina M. Pace and Luca Raimondo is who this deck is by. And in conjunction with our trusty runes, of course. But yeah, and then as always, be sure to join me for part 2 of your August reading over on my Vimeo channel. You'll find that link below. I will be pulling one card from Madame Mendora's Fortune Cards for your spiritual guidance reading for the month of August. Don't forget your mid-year check-in readings are also over there, covering July through December of 2018, if you want to get a longer-term view of how the rest of the year is going to play out. So definitely check that all out. Also remember, I've got the special going on. 5 questions for $50. Those readings will be going through the end of July. So if you want to get the discounted price, discounted reading, got 5 little specific questions you want to talk about and explore, hit me up for that. But without further ado, let's see what August holds for all of you out there. Happy birthday, Leo. Let's see what your birthday month holds for you. Which runes? Oh, they jumped right in my hand. As always, Leo, keep in mind these are general readings, so not all of these messages will apply to you. I say this in every video because people still comment on all of my videos as if they were private readings. It's just never gonna change, I guess. But I know that you understand that while the energies in the blueprint may be similar for those with a strong Leo influence in their chart, you're all individuals. So outcomes and the intensity of these energies that we're going to talk about will vary from person to person. So if you are wanting a birthday reading, now is a great time to get one. You know, it's always a good idea to get a reading on your birthday. Get a private reading, because that's the start of your personal new year. So if you want to know what's going to be happening for you personally, with more specific information, you would need to get a private reading with me. You can schedule the special 5 question for $50 through the end of July, or you can always schedule a 30-minute private consultation with me on Skype. I do those are $70. Just drop me a line at my email address. But in general, Leo, challenge or focus, we've got Judgment in reverse. So your challenge could be dealing with a decision that you don't think is fair. It could be an external decision. It could be a decision by a court or a legal decision, but it could also be just a boss's decision to change some things. Or maybe you had a complaint or a grievance at work that you filed, or that you filed with your neighborhood commission or association, or and there could be just some, you feel like you weren't heard, or that it was unfair. It doesn't have to be you though, Leo, because there is another energy coming up next to this. So either this could be for some of you, the person making the decision, you feel like they, like your mate or a member of your household, a member of your family has made a bad decision. Or maybe they didn't consult you. And yeah, you're just feeling like they didn't use good judgment. They did not use good decision making. Basically, when we feel that way, it's like, this person didn't make the decision that I would make because they're not us, right? Sometimes that's all it is. They're not us. But yeah, so it could be like dealing with something that someone did around the house, dealing with something that someone did to your house, because you've got Othila here, which can be, it can talk about an actual physical, like your home, your building renovations, you know, somebody like painted a room, like maybe one of your kids painted their room a color and you're like, why? You know, that's how we get into the varying degrees here, because it could be something as minor as that, although some people may not think that's minor, but yeah, maybe your kid decided to paint their room black or something and you're like, oh my God, why would you do that? Is poor judgment. But I mean, I do feel like this could also be, Leo, somebody telling you that they feel like you made a poor decision, or that they feel like you are judging them unfairly, or you have misjudged them. Because yeah, in reverse, it can sometimes feel like you're being criticized, or someone could be saying that they feel like you're always criticizing them, and they're not going to put up with it anymore because this energy is here. So this energy is either you kind of balking at this and kind of rebelling against an overly critical boss, an overly critical older relative, or someone else in the household, your spouse, your partner, an overly critical neighbor. This could be, because again, we're talking about with either home or family. So it could be somebody within the neighborhood, an overly critical landlord. Maybe you're wanting to change some things, maybe you are wanting to paint and they're like, no, you can't do that, and this because you're renting. And you may be like, well, that's a stupid decision, I don't like it. So you could be the one feeling rebellious, Leo. You could feel like somebody's trying to, like, being either overly critical of you, your work, or your decisions, or unfair about what they will or won't let you do. So, particularly to a home situation. Or it could be, as we were speaking about earlier, somebody coming to you and saying, I feel like you're really judgmental of me, or like that was an unfair thing you said, or an unfair, you know, it wasn't fair for you to do this to the house without consulting me or asking me, or it wasn't good to spend this much money without talking to me. So for those of you that haven't done anything like that, Leo, but you are thinking about maybe spending a lot of money on a renovation or in buying something for the house, maybe a piece of furniture or something, and you don't want to anger your partner, I would definitely, you can avert this, you can avoid this. That's the way these readings can do good. You can see what's coming and say, I'm not going to do that, and you can change it. So that's why we watch these. That's why I do anyway. I want to know what's coming, and so I can either anticipate and maybe hopefully avoid arguments or negativity or anything that's going to, like, you know, harsh my mellow. So maybe you can do the same and just be like, okay, well, I'll discuss it, and they'll probably say no. I don't know, Leo. You may do it anyway. In the present energy. So for some of you, that'll be in the present whenever you're watching this video, or end of July going into August. We've got the Four of Swords. So this is retreating. Maybe this is an ongoing argument with a family member. Maybe this is just somebody that you constantly are at loggerheads with because you feel like they are either overly critical of you, or they feel you're overly critical of them, or you feel that they just make poor decisions. So, and it is kind of a childlike energy, honestly, a very rebellious, kind of childlike, you know, down with the establishment, kind of feeling coming up with this. And, so yeah, maybe this is somebody you have regular, you know, disagreements with. And maybe you've just had one at the end of July or something, or right now when you're watching this, and you're just retreating to kind of like, I can't, you know, I'll deal with this later. I can't deal with this right now. But the Four of Swords can mean a much needed rest. A lot of times, because this is a Swords card, when this card comes up, it is kind of a situation that will force you to take a break. So sometimes when I see this, it can mean not feeling well, being ill, your body like kind of making you take a break. Sometimes it could be the car breaks down and it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to come into work on Friday. So it forces you to take a day off, or it forces you, because we have Rido here in reverse. So that can mean just arguments and disagreements, but it can also mean delays and disruption with travel. We do have Mercury retrograde, I think the first few weeks of August. So yeah, you know, the usual caveat, there could be delays, there could be breakdowns, miscommunications causing arguments. You know, and it actually would be a good time to take a break if you can. Because it's like, you know, the less you have to travel or deal with, you know, work or messages or things like that, the better it may be. Now, some of you, this could be like a relocating, moving energy. Like something's happening to where a decision that you think is going to be in your favor, like an offer that's going to be accepted on a property, is not. You think you're going to be moving, but then there's a, oh well, they're not going to accept it, or somebody backs out of something, and then you're like, oh, I thought we would be moving, but now we're not, or I thought somebody would be buying our house, and now they're not. So there could be delays around for you, Leo. Real estate, buying and selling, or travel. Be careful while you're driving. Try not to give in to the road rage, even though it's very difficult when you are in a hurry. It could also just be like, you know, delays around your home. This could be like, you know, for some of you, maybe it's like they're doing road work, or they're doing this big road construction thing around your house, and you're like, oh my God, that is a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. I hate it. It's going to cause delays. You know, and it's going to cause you to have to maybe go a different way, take longer to get to work. So you may just be like, oh, I'm just going to take some time off and not deal with that until I absolutely have to. But for those of you that this is a disagreement with somebody, it is a good idea to retreat and kind of just gather your thoughts. Maybe you need a few days away from the house. Somebody could kind of, you know, leave and then come back later. So maybe somebody needs to leave and take a little bit of a break here. This is supposed to happen though, because you have Yara here. So this is karmic. For those of you that this is a court decision, it does seem to involve property or possessions, or it could involve estates, wills, things like that. But somebody is feeling like the decision is unfair. And, but you've got good rooms here. So it seems like whatever this is not done, and it's not going to be completed maybe in August. Maybe again, because Mercury's retrograde and we've got to wait for, that energy to settle before we can tie up loose ends. So, you know, anything that feels unfair, maybe it's not totally wrapped up. Maybe you can appeal the decision. Maybe there's going to be something else revealed, because this can indicate an expansion of time, and particularly 1 year, or from now until the end of the year. Definitely check out your mid-year check-in reading over on Vimeo to take a look at July through December, and if that's the way, you know, if it is like an actual legal decision, and see if you can't get some answers in that for how they result maybe coming down, or the energy around that, if it might be resolved by the end of the year. The help that's going to be available, we've got the Lover's card in reverse, and Iwas. So for some of you, this could be the end of a relationship that you've been wanting out of, or it can be the end of a relationship for someone that you've been hoping they would get out of, right? Maybe, you know, again, somebody who was using poor judgment, maybe they moved in, maybe it was one of your kids, they moved in with somebody that you were like, oh, that's not gonna work out. That person's like totally this or that, you know, so. But yeah, the Lover's card in reverse indicates a divorce, a breakup, a separation. It can also be a divorce, an ending, or a separation due to a third party when the Lovers is in reverse, for me. So, and sometimes things that come up as a help, we don't always see it as a help, I will tell you. For those of you, you know, some of you, you may just kind of be, but with Ingwas here, I feel like, you know, some of you, you may be the one that wants to leave. You've got the third party on the side and you really want to be with that person and you want out of this other relationship. You want this person to move out, or you want to move out, or, so you can be with this other person. But Ingwas, no matter the, whatever agreement or contract is broken, because it can be a business thing too, but I feel like, you know, maybe it's, I'm feeling like someone, so this may apply to just a few people out there, like you married for money, or you married like it was more of a financial arrangement, or you married to stay in a country, or you may, you know, it was an arrangement. But now you've met someone that you really want to be with, and, you know, because you're, you know, it's more than just financial, and so now you're breaking that agreement. So there's a contract or a relationship that will be broken, but it is a good thing, whether you see it right now or not, or it's somebody else going through that, and that's benefiting you. It's bringing you a new beginning, a lot of positive energy with luck, a lot of protection with Ingwas. Anything started new with Ingwas is a marvelous new beginning. Now, for some of you, this could be like you're in a relationship, just the two of you, but you're bringing another person in, like a polyamorous, or you've decided, you know, maybe one of you is bisexual, you're going to bring someone else into the relationship. Again, maybe it's like, we're going to try this 3 people, bringing in a third person. And if that's the case, Leo, it seems like you're pushing for it. But I mean, maybe it was your idea. Or maybe it wasn't, but you're still going to really find that you like that. So, and this could be like an actual, like bringing someone into a relationship, like another contract, or just sometimes, you know, just sometimes. It'll be different. Again, these readings are different for all of you. For some of you, it's none of the above. It's a breaking of a contract. It's a separation. It's a divorce. The end of a love affair. But it's opening up new beginnings for you, or you're happy about it. I just feel like you're happy to move on to new things, or you're happy this person that you care about is moving on to new things. Now, what must be accepted about the month of August? We've got 3 of Cups. So this is celebrations, parties. It's your birthday. So I do see celebrating, but it may be like a small group. You go out, some of you, it may be work. People at work, maybe like, you know, let's take Leo out after work. Get some drinks, or you know, go down to the pub, or go see this band, or so I do see it will be you know, a small celebration with your nearest and dearest, but it will also be maybe for some of you a reunion with someone you used to work with, or a group you used to work with. Especially, I feel like somebody out there has started a new job, and it may be a few of you. You started a new job and you really miss your old colleagues at your old job, and you know, you may be like, hey, let's meet up and have a happy hour, or go out, because you know, I haven't met anybody new that I really jive with, and I've just been missing you guys. So I am seeing for some of you, it's like a reunion with old work colleagues. Others of you may be going back to a job that you used to have, or a job offer could be coming back around, one that you applied for with the 3 of Cups maybe 3 months ago, 3 weeks, 3 months ago, maybe March for some of you. Maybe someone didn't work out, or maybe someone was in that job for a while and they quit, and now it's coming back around, and they're just kind of going back to who applied, and they're reaching back out to you. Could be a totally different position, but you know, they weren't impressed by your resume, and maybe, you know, for some of you, maybe it was something that they were gonna move ahead with, but then it got put on hold, and now that it's opening up again, they're coming back to you. But you've got Feu, which is a job offer, increasing your money, but it involves a reunion, or it involves a going back in a sense. Would be, I think, a smaller company for many of you. If it's not the reunion thing, this could just be saying it's a smaller company, but you're going to make a lot of good friends there if it's a new opportunity. But at your birthday celebration, for some of you, maybe it could be you catch wind of somewhere where they're working. You know, because maybe you all used to work together at one place, but now everybody's gone on to new places, or this person could be telling you, hey, there's an opening where I'm working now. You should check it out because you would be perfect for it. And Dayak is here indicating that you should definitely get out and celebrate your birthday. But yeah, with a small group, your nearest and dearest, people that you're missing, and you could find that there's a lot of luck around that as far as increasing your money, an opportunity coming through. Now the outcome of August, we've got the High Priestess. So this is like intuition being proven true about an ending. I think this is going back to this and the Judgment card for many of you. Whatever the separation, the divorce, whoever's going through that, the ending, it's like you knew it was coming. You knew it wasn't going to last. Maybe that was the agreement for some of you in the first place. Like, you know, we're gonna get married so you can stay in the country, or we're gonna, you know, do this joint business thing. But as soon as that's done, you know, or maybe it was like a love relationship, but you guys had some sort of pact or something, like, you know, when we're not feeling this anymore, we're not gonna beat a dead horse here. We're gonna go our separate ways. But you could find that the other party is not holding up their side of it, Leo. You know, if you are divorcing, it could be that maybe they're being selfish, again, trying to get the house, trying to get some possessions, trying to get the car. I mean, you could find yourself kind of fighting, you know, and unfortunately that is the case with a lot of people when they get divorced. It's like, yeah, I never knew how nasty this person was until we were dividing assets, right? So, but I mean, the High Priestess is saying, you know, you kind of knew all along that this would happen. I think for some of you though, I'm feeling a strong, like, this is your kid's getting a divorce. So they're going through a breakup, and, you know, for some of you, maybe they want to move back in with you. Maybe that's the thing. It's like they were living with a significant other, and now they're wanting to move back in with you, and you're like, oh, I knew this would happen. This is kind of like an I told you so energy here with these runes. But this could also be signifying, for many of you, the female, for those of you that are male, or for those of you who date women, male or female, you know, those of you who date women, the High Priestess can just be symbolizing an actual person. And because she's coming up in the upright, this would be a very nurturing energy, very intuitive, very gifted psychically. She's a very independent person, but not so much career-wise. I mean, she can be, but with her, she's more of, you know, she'll be in a relationship if it's the right person, but she's totally fine being on her own. She can take care of herself. She's not one of these codependent types that jumps from relationship to relationship. So, you know, for many of you, I feel like this is that person that you are like, okay, I want out of this relationship so I can go be with this person. Or it could be the I told you so energy. You know, now, I mean, maybe whoever is getting the divorce this is the new person. So, High Priestess is normally not some young thing, though. This is normally a mature woman who's been, you know, she's gifted psychically. She may be a water sign or an Aquarius. And she just speaks that to me. Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer, or an Aquarius, or have strong energies from those signs, one of those signs in her chart. But so yeah, I feel like somebody is kind of gonna have to get the old I told you so here at the end of August. Or this is somebody that you're very excited to start a new relationship with, for sure. And be able to be with in, you know, in every sense of the word, fully in a committed relationship. So now for some of you, those of you that I was talking about, you may be bringing somebody new into the relationship. This could be a situation where this is the person that you really like, that you really want to invite into, and your partner doesn't care for her. So this could be a male energy too, but I mean, it would be, I feel, a more feminine male, definitely, because she's just such a strong, has such a strong femininity about her, that if it was a male, it would be a very feminine male, or somebody who is very comfortable with that side of himself. So that is what I see here, Leo. Very interesting reading. A lot of different messages coming through, but let's see if we can get more guidance on that, more clarity. Join me over on Vimeo. The link is below. I'm going to pull one card from the Madame Endora's Fortune. I want to see if we can get more wisdom, advice for how to handle these energies, what the best way is going to be for you to navigate August. But I will see you over there. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you back here next month.